Welcome everyone to this month's CCI video update, highlighting the great work of schools and their supportive community partners who've been working together to reach the aims of Lilly Endowment's Comprehensive Counseling Initiative, or CCI. Today, I'm so glad to have with us our guest, Susan Smith-Rhodes, who is Senior Director of Student Learning Resources and Ask Rose at the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Susan, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Matt.
I don't know anyone who's a school counselor who doesn't know what Ask Rose is, but if you wouldn't mind, give us just a little bit of information about Ask Rose and how it started a couple years back, right?
Just a few. Ask Rose Homework Help provides free math and science tutoring for students in grades 6 through 12. Students can call, they can chat, they can email, and now starting this school year, they can use video to get some free homework help. All of our tutors are Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology students, math, science, and engineering majors. And we're open Sunday through Thursday evenings from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m., and that's Eastern time. So a student can simply call 877-ASK-ROSE, or they can, on their computer, go to askrose.org. We have over 30 tutors every evening that can help. And since the inception of the program, which has been 30 years, since 1991, we've had over 750,000 tutoring sessions.
That is absolutely amazing.
So we're real excited.
Can you tell us just a little bit? I'm sure you've shared this story before, but what was the impetus behind Ask Rose?
Ask Rose actually began as a project between Rose-Hulman and our Chamber of Commerce. Their education committee was looking for ways that our institution could better support our community. So we started locally in Vigo County, and then we expanded to Clay County, which is neighboring to us. And then with support from Lilly Endowment, we were able to expand to Indianapolis and then throughout the entire state. So Lilly Endowment gets a lot of credit for all the help that they've provided us. That's
great. Yeah, they do so many wonderful things, including part of the reason we're calling you and talking to you. They have sponsored the Comprehensive Counseling Initiative across Indiana. 96 school corporations have received generous grants from the endowment to work on several different aims of the initiative. There's really one aim, but it's really got several parts to increase the emotional health of students, the academic success, the readiness for post-secondary and career, and commitment to working in the economy and helping support the economy. How do you feel Ask Rose aligns to some of those aims of the CCI initiative?
Oh, certainly I believe that Ask Rose is directly aligned because we help students to feel more confident in themselves and to realize their academic potential and to be better prepared for the workplace or post-secondary education. So if a student takes science courses and multiple math courses, they're going to find more opportunities available to them as they move into the next phase of their life. So if a student wants to go into the medical field or building trades or manufacturing, computer science, the list goes on, that student's going to need math.
Yeah.
And we're here to make it a little easier and to reinforce their mathematics skills and their science skills.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. Both of them are areas that we need to improve in the state of Indiana, as in most states.
Yes.
You probably don't work individually with organizations because you're more of a service for all school organizations, but do you have any words of wisdom on how schools can maybe better collaborate with organizations such as yours and others that provide services to students?
One way that we can collaborate, I think, is to just be creative and to find out what other organizations are doing, what are their goals, what are their objectives, and then to ask them what their needs are. We've worked with some organizations. A couple of good examples might be last year we worked with Michigan City High School with some of their student athletes. They wanted to start a special program, so we said, well, we'd be glad to help. Another example is that during the height of the pandemic, when schools were going to remote learning, we decided to expand Ask Rose and offer not only evening but daytime tutoring sessions because students and their parents were having some real challenges adapting to this new online environment. Students were home and they didn't want to wait until late in the evening to get their homework done. So we opened in the afternoon to help them. So if there's a need out there and we can at all meet it, we really try to do that if we can.
Yeah. Has there been anything that has surprised you over the years working with Ask Rose about either students or families?
I would say probably what surprised me the most is that we have a single goal in mind, and that's student success. And whether it's a guidance counselor, it's a school administrator, it's a teacher, maybe it's college personnel, we all want the students to be successful. Because those students, we want them to explore space, we want them to find the next vaccine.
Yes.
We want them to improve our internet highway or our interstate highways, tackle the climate issues. So I think what surprises me is that although different entities provide different services for different people, we all have one common goal, and that's student success. So I would say, to me, that's what I've realized over the years.
Yes. We hear about business and organizations, just like schools, who have to constantly reinvent themselves to kind of keep current and to address challenges. It sounds like you adjusted for COVID. You've probably adjusted for other technological changes over the years. Is that correct?
Yes. One of the things that we have done is to add video tutoring. We first just were a helpline over the phone. And then because students were using more computer capabilities, and so we just kept adding to our services. So we're very excited now to finally have video. And that was a project that took quite a while. That took us about 6 months to select a platform and to customize that and to train our tutors. And so we're really excited that this fall you can actually just go to our website, click a button, and see a tutor and talk with that tutor.
Yeah.
We also have shared whiteboards. We can screen share. So lots of new technology that we're offering this year.
And I wonder if and this is just a little side note, but I wonder if COVID has made that maybe a little easier or a little bit more, people more likely to use it than maybe what they were prior to COVID.
I think so, because we were just kind of forced into some of the situations, and particularly the remote learning situations. That was kind of a choice, not originally of our own, but I think we made some real strides with that, and we've overcome some real challenges.
I was going to ask how you help schools with some of the challenges they face, such as limited time or staffing or resources, but I think it's pretty apparent. You actually supplement their tutoring and academic support services. We
do, but we also have just recently had another project in addition to the video launching. We have another project, and it's a big data collection project. So if a student contacts us, then we have the tutor determine if it's first of all, is it a math question? The student identifies, I have a math question. And then our tutors, looking at state standards and all, they can say, well, that's really an Algebra 1 question. And then from there, we can drill down even further and say, oh, this student has difficulty with factoring, or this student has trouble with the quadratic equation. So not just generally what students need, but specifically what students need. And so using the Indiana Department of Education standards, we have examined over 127,000 questions to see what students really need help with. And that we can then share that with schools and after-school organizations that maybe provide other tutoring. We can say students are having the most trouble with this. And something else we can do is then we can also create resources to put on our website of the most common topics and very specific topics that students need help with. So when we're not available, maybe they can use our website. We've got over 500 resources right now, but we're adding to those constantly.
It's such a simple concept, and I would think to myself, okay, you've met the need by having a phone service, then you expanded to video and to all kinds of other informational platforms, and now you even provide more resources. It almost seems endless in a way what you can find, or different ways you can find to support students. It's
a fun challenge for the entire staff, because we look at what are our objectives, what are our goals, what can we do different, how can we be better. So a lot like Rose-Hulman, we're always striving to reach the limits and beyond.
I was going to say, this is something that your students should take on as a challenge too, and I bet you'd get some support from students there at Rose-Hulman.
We have lots of student support, and the students are really the key to our tutoring service, because they're the ones that are fielding the questions, and so they get special training and pedagogy and lots of resources available to them. But we also have to think that just a few years ago, they were in high school or middle school themselves, and so they know that it's sometimes tough to ask someone for help. But if we all work together, we can help each other to be successful.
I know it's only a short bit of time, but Susan, thank you so much for joining us. Susan Smith-Rhodes is Senior Director of Student Learning Resources and Ask Rose at the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. We so appreciate your time today.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Same here. And thank you, everyone, for watching this monthly CCI video update.